Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. For those of you guys who are new here, welcome. My name is Adriana, and on this channel, here is the drum roll, because if you've been watching me for a while, this is probably news to you as well. I have decided to more focus my channel on happiness, healing, and my health. So if you think this is something that will be interesting to you, make sure that you, number one, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you're notified when I post more content. Now in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I've been feeling now that it's been officially 2 weeks that I haven't had any caffeine, no processed foods, only been having vegetables and fruit, either in the juice form, a smoothie form, or eating it as whole. So of course, in 2 weeks, there's been a lot of cleansing of not so good things, but then I just want to share with you guys overall how I'm feeling. And so make sure you stay until the end, because I think you're going to be surprised. Let's get into it. And I just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a backstory for those of you who are just jumping in and not really knowing a little bit about the journey. I realized that a lot of the foods that I was eating was making me feel sluggish and just really unmotivated, but it was something that my husband and I agreed on, even though it was his idea to initiate, that we wanted to make a change. We understand that in our 20s and 30s, we're not supposed to feel like we're breaking down. So something has to be different. So we've been doing some aggressive research and realizing that you're not supposed to be sick, you're not supposed to have disease, and your body should be able to heal even if there's something going on. So we started saying, you know what, we should do this not only for ourselves but for the next generation. So this is why we decided to detox our body, which basically happened in the first 2 weeks. And now moving forward, we're going to continue to be very careful and mindful of what it is that we're putting in our body. I know a lot of times people may consider us vegans or plant-based, because we did remove meat, of course, of all kind, no dairy products, and again, no processed food. Everything is being made fresh. We're even not using the microwave to heat up our food. It's like it's there, not saving any leftovers. So we're being careful how we purchase, so we don't have to end up throwing things away or try to have to heat them up and use the microwave. So it is a personal thing, but like I said, for those of you who are new, why I chose happiness, healing, and health on my channel and my content was because I realized that in order to be truly happy, you have to know what it is that you want in life. And I know sometimes the foods that we eat don't make us feel happy, because even in that moment of happiness, afterwards you feel really bad. And then also in life, once you're really hurting from a lot of things, whether it's inner child wounds or trauma, you truly can't be happy. So I realized for me, I am definitely happy, and I'm still basically defining happiness not by what the world says happiness should be, but what Adriana wants happiness to be. And so I'm doing all of that. I'm also healing from inner child wounds and just traumas. And I realize my health is super important. How am I going to want to have a life of happiness, to manifest, to do all of these wonderful things when I'm not healthy? So I decided to make this an umbrella and be able to just share different things with you guys in that way. So let's talk about the first thing. I was a big coffee drinker and I shared this in my other video, which I will connect to this video. I'll link it somewhere up here, where I told you guys that I was drinking like 3 cups of coffee, large cups of coffee, about a week or 2 before I started my detox and my health journey. And I was like, you know what? I was just going to it over and over again, looking for that boost, because every time I woke up, I felt foggy, I felt tired, I didn't feel like myself, and it was so hard to get through the day without my caffeine fix. So this whole entire time, I mean, I have not wanted coffee, I haven't been craving coffee. You know, I've been to places where I can smell the coffee. Coffee has literally been in my face with all the commercials and things like that, from YouTube to Instagram to you name it, it's been in my face, and I've been completely fine. So this has helped me. And I think also what really has helped me is doing my own thorough research about certain things and what caffeine can do and sugar can do. And that put me in check right away. So I was really, really surprised about that. Another thing is I realized that because I'm not eating processed foods and what's in foods that make you addicted to food, because I didn't have that, I realized I wasn't snacking at all. Like I was good eating my one little meal, my salad, and that was good. I wasn't up really just wanting to eat every time I turned around. Even though I would see commercials with food, I would smell food, I realized I was completely okay. Now, I do apologize for the noise. My husband is cooking dinner. I think he's blending sweet potatoes. So guys, make sure that you, again, subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be posting also some really amazing recipes and food in case you want to start a health journey as well. Let me motivate you. Okay, another thing is that I was going to the bathroom a lot more, which is good. I feel like I was getting a lot more stuff cleaned out, flushing out my kidneys. I felt that was great. Another thing, like I kind of stated a little bit, I had so much more energy. I wasn't foggy. I mean, I could do so much more than I could when I had my 3 cups of coffee. So that was wonderful. I realized like my skin is healing up and just clearing. And, you know, I am using a rose oil as well, but I've already had pretty good skin, but just to see it just kind of glow differently was something I was really excited about. Of course, I did lose some weight, though I've also stated in that video that my weight wasn't the deciding factor. I already know with changing how I'm eating, it was going to come with it because in addition to the coffee, you guys, in addition to the 3 things of coffee, I said the last 2 days before I decided to switch what I was eating, I was getting those Nerd Rope bites. They were so good. And it's funny because there was no warning. I was out doing shift at the time. I came home. My husband said, hey, let's watch this show with all this information about food. It was really good. And boom, it was instant. Threw everything out or whatever and completely decided to make this change. And I feel really, really good about it. And it's something that I want to share with you guys as motivation, not to judge you, because I realize that people are going to do what they want to do. We've been telling people what we're doing, how we feel. We're just like super excited. And people are like, listen, I like my chicken. I like my beef. I like my steak. I like my fish. I want to do what I want to do, to each his own. And they are absolutely correct. I mean, I'm not going to judge anybody, but I always encourage people to do their research. And a lot of times the scary part of things is that you honestly don't always have to do deep research to find out this information. It's literally hidden in plain sight. And so if people always say, why do you have so much energy, or you look good, or how do you feel? I'm going to tell them I know 100% it's because of me making the change of, you know, food. And I know a lot of people say, well, food is expensive. And, you know, there's ways to afford what's best for you. And I would just always encourage people to just at least try it for a week. I knew my husband was telling me, he told somebody that stop eating meat for a little bit. They felt amazing. So even just maybe starting with meat, then starting with snacks, try to bring apples instead of candy. And you'll just see, like, once you begin to feel better, I think personally that was enough for me, because I don't like feeling sluggish when I have content to create. I'm a wife, I'm a mother. That really doesn't sit too well with my lifestyle. But at the same time, I couldn't shake it at first because I wanted what I wanted, and I was being ignorant to the information of what it's doing to my body. And I'm like, hold on a second. If I want to, like I said, have a long life, have a prosperous life, be able to be here for my children and have them bury me, you know, I want to make sure that, you know, I'm not like, they're going to bury me regardless, but I'm just saying not bury me at a young age. Then I need to watch what I'm eating, and then also set an example so that when they become older adults, hopefully they would choose the right style of, you know, eating. So the last thing I kind of want to get into is just the changes, because of course we have family that, you know, they want to eat their food and they want their, you know, food, and that's all I'm going to say. And so all I can do is give them the information. And when we have family events, which I'm all about family, there are certain things where we may have to BYOP, bring our own plates, you know, BYOP, bring our own plate, or there may be things that we have to miss out on because we can't compromise, you know, our health journey. And this is not something, because I know a lot of people say, oh, you did the detox for the flush so you can go back and, you know, eat the same food. It's like, well, what was the point of doing the flush when it's like I could do the flush and then 2 days, 3 days, I gain back everything that I just sacrificed for 2 weeks. It's a lifestyle change. And I know sometimes people call it like a diet, but I feel like a diet is short term as you're trying to get to a goal. I'm not trying to get to a goal. I just want to make sure that my body is functioning top notch, how it's supposed to do it. If there's anything wrong, that number one, I want to get sick, but then if there was, I can quickly heal myself. I'm not out here, you know, wearing a mask or anything because, you know, it's like, okay, my body is able to protect me. My immune system is supposed to function the way it's supposed to function when I'm eating the right stuff. And when you're eating the right stuff, it helps you with your sleep. It helps you with your thinking, your brain. I'm just telling you, there's so many benefits to it. So guys, thank you so much for listening to my rant. I hope that it helped you. I hope it motivated you and encouraged you. Maybe this is the sign that you needed, like, man, I really wanted to change what I eat. And her vibes is telling me to go ahead and do that. So guys, thank you as always, and I will see you in the next video. But before I go, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Love and light.